Ah, hello and welcome. Ah, it said live in 24 hours, but hmm, I meant for it to be today, but there we go. Okay, so no, I just want that. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Cool. Yeah, good. Right, we can start. So yeah, I thought I would do a live stream. Uh, of the breaches, and yeah, we'll get going. So hope you are all well. You had a good day and things like that. And yeah, so off we go. So I need the instructions first of all, which are just down here. So yeah, we're going to build the breaches. Shouldn't be too bad. We've got two. Wow. Okay, literally 3 pages of instructions. Like, yeah, because you've got five poses. So we'll go with that first of all, shall we? And we have the oh, we have this upgrade sprue, which I'll just pop over there, shall we? And then right, so we're going to build the sergeant first of all. Um, so it's going to be standard Mark III build to begin with. Mark III, can you believe it came out almost 3 years ago, 2023. That's it's crazy, isn't it? 2023. So, um, oh, you're welcome. Good evening, Moose Tracks. Hope you're well. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your kind comment. So, I think these are just duplicated. Yeah. Yeah, I've decided to hold off the review of the Cataphractii. No, I did the review yesterday. I decided to hold off the review of, um, uh, well, these really until Friday. I'm going to try and get the review out to you on Friday. We'll see. Um, yeah, building these and reviewing them in one evening is fair bit of work. Because I built the Cataphractii and then I reviewed them the night after. Okay, so there's also a new little thing on here called the breacher charges. Well, there's one, should I say? There's one breacher charge. Um, yeah, it looks fine. 28 and 29. Does he even have a special? He doesn't. Oh, oh does he? Okay. He does. 56. He does have a special helmet, a special Sergeant Breacher only helmet. I just found 28 straight away. We can have a look at his rules, see if he can have some spicy weapons. I've got a feeling that he's just stuck with the bolt gun. 26 and 27. So I'm thinking that 27. Oh, 27 is the breach charge. Okay. No, I think they've got this wrong. Because 26 on here is a leg. So I think it's a specific arm on the new sprue. Yeah, it is. Oh, is the other one a specific arm? 28? Yeah, it is actually. I went to default settings there, and I was picking parts off the standard sprue when I shouldn't have been. But shoulder pauldrons, yeah, you've got the. Yeah, that bugs me about Mark IIIs. You don't get any fancy shoulder pauldrons for the sergeant. Can't remember if you do or not normally, but. And we need this new hand, 27. I'm guessing the different hands go for different angles, but they all look the same to me. Like, unless the wrist is slightly different, but all these shields look the same. But that one goes with part number 30. But yeah, all these shields look exactly the same, on the front at least. So that's his shield. And that's him pretty much done. Well, he needs a fancy plume, which I will give him actually. And I'll give him the melter bombs. Why not? If I squeeze the melter bombs somewhere on his person. We've also got a load of pistols. I'll give him a pistol too. There, right. Not putting bayonets on though, even though that would be a good idea, I think, because you are going to be really close. So that's 5, and then we'll just get the other 5. Oh, bear with me, I will be back in a sec. Okay, I'm back. Apologies about that. You know, you wait all day for a delivery, and then it arrives at 6 o'clock or so. It's yeah. Sometimes that happens. Right. Okay, back onto it. So, um, yeah. As I say, probably would make sense having the bayonets, but I just like the look of the breaches, just with the bolt guns uh, slightly peering over and things, slightly protruding through the shields. Some of these parts I'm never going to use. I don't know why I'm even taking them off the sprue, but I am. I'd like to give them a load of grenades and all those kind of things. But yeah, so don't be shy. Put in the comments what you're working on. I know this is a bit of an odd live stream. Me live streaming on Tuesday of all days. But I am actually thinking about live streaming tomorrow as well, but not building. Probably Space Marine 2, because I haven't played that for probably a month, maybe. I mean, I played the new Tyranid mission. Thought that was quite cool. But yeah, since then, and I think I only played that once, I would like to play it a few more times. But everything on that game now just seems like a grind. It really does. But yeah, you've got me tonight until about 9 o'clock, so a few hours. So we'll see how far we get building these. I think I'll be able to build 5 of them at least. But yeah, I'm not going to go too fancy with these, other than like grenades and holstered pistols or sidearms. Yeah, but we'll have a look at the rules after I've finished this sprue to see what options I can give the sergeant. There we go, that's sprue done. Yeah, we'll go through all 5 poses. We'll kind of get them all ready now. So that's 1. As I mentioned, let's have a quick look at the old rules. See what I can go for with the breaches. I think they're troops, aren't they? So not elites, they are troops, which apparently are after Terminators and things. So yeah, tactical squad, despoiler squad, assault squad, breacher squad. So you're getting 10 of them. Breacher sergeant may have its bolter exchanged for 1 item for the from the melee weapons list, or a combi weapon. Except obviously you don't get a combi weapon in this set. Now, the bolter I picked up was actually just a sickle magazine one, so I'll move that aside and pick up one of the new ones that's on there. But yeah, you can give him a combi weapon, give him melter bombs. Up to 2 may have 1 item from the equipment list, and for every 5, 1 can have a graviton gun or las cutter. Now you only get 1 of these sprues, unfortunately, for 10. I think that will be the case as well for when they're sold separately, which means you only get 1 graviton gun and 1 las cutter. So yeah, if you want two las cutters or two graviton guns in a 10-man unit, you're going to have to buy another set, unfortunately. You're going to have to buy 20 to get two of the same, which I probably will do. I'm definitely going to pick up another one of these sets. And you know what? I think I will keep them with the iron armor with Mark III. But yeah, I'll definitely pick up a set of these individually. That's unless they create another like army set or something with them in, which is a possibility. But yeah. Okay, right, back on track then. Sorry, you put another comment. You're currently building everything you purchased so far. Wow. Wow, that's a lot of work. It's pretty good. Okay, so one of these bolters, number 29. There we go. We're just going to give the sergeant, we're going to have a vanilla sergeant. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, we've got 5 poses, and they use the sergeant parts, like the legs and things, on pose 3. So we can still go for a pose 1. So we'll do that. 2, 1. We'll just get some pauldrons out of the way with. I mean, I'd like to see some Mark 6 with these shields, if anyone's going to do that. But yeah, for me, the next squad will be Mark 3. And also, I don't think any of them have like a banner. One of them has one of those Vox relays. Oh yeah, okay. One does have a banner. Hey, nice one, Nordstrom. Good. Pleased that you managed to catch a stream. Part of my 2026 changes is I want to make more live streams, especially for like new releases and things. All right, 2, 1. Got it. 2, 1, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, I understand the reason for them using this, current sprue rather than making a whole new sprue. And by doing that, it also gives them the freedom to have the shields compatible with other marks. So yeah, I can see why they've done it, but it would also have been nice to have some completely customed Mark III armor and different pauldrons and things like that. Maybe not power plants, maybe, but yeah, you see what I mean. It's would be nice to have more customization, I think. So you've got different variant builds for these. 'Cause, 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 although this one's very similar, but I think we'll give him the, yeah, we'll give this one the banner. So we want 8 and 6. So are they on the new sprue? Possibly. Yeah. 8. And number 9 for the bolter. Yeah, these bolters are different to the sickle magazines of the standard. And all these heads are exactly the same. So one, 2, 3. There's nothing stopping you from really making a conveyor belt of these. They're not too bad to put together. Quite standard. Similar number of parts actually to your normal Marines. Right, so pose 2. So again, this is fine. We're going to get rid of all these heads though. Don't need any of those spiky helmeted heads. They can go in the spare parts box bin. You can get rid of the bolt guns as well. Probably the arms, maybe. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Totally agree. I'm just reading your comment. Moose tracks. Super curious to see the breaches next to Primaris. Can you dry fit an arm? Can you dry fit an arm with a shield on a Primaris? Yeah, of course I can. Yeah, absolutely fine. I'll just grab a shield. I mean, I still would have preferred 10 unique Space Marines as opposed to 5, just, you know, duplicated and duplicated, but 9, 8, 11, 10. There's the 10. Nine, 8, 11, 10. Which shall we go for? I mean, honestly, what really is the difference? I can't really tell if I'm perfectly honest, I can't really tell the difference between that one and that one. Can you? The bolt gun looks to be in exactly the same position. I don't know about that, but yeah. Let me, before I forget, let me just grab a Primaris and a shield. I don't know if I can put an arm on there, but it's what you'd kind of expect. Hope that helps. Does that help? I don't know if that helps, but that's how big the shields are. Possible, but I don't think Are they big enough for Blade Guard? I know what you're trying to do. Well, at the secret level, like if you've got more of a square shield rather than the shields that we currently have, maybe possible, but I don't think they're big enough. You might be able to get away with it. For instance, here's where is he? Oh, I nearly said Dawn then. Lysander. Here's Lysander's shield. So it's smaller than Lysander's shield. Almost the same width though. And next to a Primaris captain, that's shield. So it's bigger than a combat shield. This siege shield. I don't know if it works though. Yeah, it's bigger than one of those, but hope that helps. Oh, let's put that back. Yeah, that would have been good. Good suggestion. Yeah. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. Iron Hand breaches. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, they are. They are a top tier breaching legion. Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. Okay. Anyway, going back to this this random pose for pose 2. We'll use these arms, and we'll just go for the bottom one. I don't think there's a difference, but we need 18. There it is, and 16. Yep, she is. And 17. And a bolter, 19. And then the shield itself. The shield I've gone for is number 20. They're all the same, by the way. Or they all look the same. Maybe they attach differently to each hand. There you go. That's that one done. Pose 3 is just a replication of the sergeant, so I can't really use that. Oh, that's an interesting thing then. No, they haven't. Have they really? I think you can actually use this las cutter or the other one for any of the poses. I think they've only shown this just because you're always going to have a sergeant. Well, you'll have a sergeant for one. That would be annoying if they locked you out of having 2 units of 5. Can you have 2 units of 5? I think you can. Pretty sure you can have 2 units of 5. But yeah. So we can't do a pose 3 because we've already used this part. So we'll do a pose 4 and we'll go for the graviton to begin with. And then we'll have the las cutter for the other one. I mean, my unit's going to be 10 anyway, so I probably will, but I'll find that out. So next one, the graviton. Okay. And they use number 35. What arms do they use? 31, 32. Those are 32. It's all the way next to number 1, of course it is. 31, 32, 33. Okay, so that's the graviton. We've got the pauldrons, we've got the head. Quite straightforward, that one. And then the final pose, they use... Oh, that's a good point. I might have this one walking. So yeah, we'll go for that, which is a different board and shield, apparently. And I guess it's a different set of arms. 48, 47, 46. 6. It's very Imperial Fist's helmetless head right there. It's cool that you get a helmetless head though. Right, so that's those, and then the bolter they get uses a 49, and then that's that last one. All of his parts all complete. Well, oh no, we need his body, don't we? We need the body for that one actually. 25, 26, 24. Yeah, it's this one. And that sprue's done. So I still have another sprue. With 5 on. But that's don't we have a back panel for it? Oh, that is the back panel. Yeah, some of them are combined. So yeah, we've still got the las cutter and a few more board and shields. Let me just read some more. I don't know why it hid your comment, Nordstrom. I think it's because it's got the word death in it. I mean, yeah. Yeah, this is true, Nordstrom. I mean, it's nice that we've got breacher-specific heads, but there would be some... If you're going to do specific heads for them, you could do individually specific, like, because all of those helmets look exactly the same. I would have liked some variation in all 10 of them, but no. But then again, saying that, Space Marines, like tactical squads, devastated squads, things like that, they never had any variation in their helmets. So but yeah, I'll get a review out of these hopefully Friday for you all, and then I'll give you a review of the Leviathan. It might be Wednesday next week. Yeah, it might be Wednesday next week. just finishing off this sprue, and then we'll clean the parts, and then we'll build the 5. Building 5 Space Marines is always nice. Like, just Terminators, building Terminators is always good because there's 5 of them. Or 6, in the case of the Cataphractii. There we go. Right, so that's those. That sprue is done and dusted, so 2 sprues down. Yeah, good point about the Saturnine. Yeah. I mean, the weapon options, there's loads with the Saturnine, because you've got the fists, you've got the weapons on the fists, you've got the range weapons, you know, so there's lots of options there. But yeah, posability with the legs, and yeah, but at least the helmets are all slightly different, aren't they, with the Saturnine? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, they probably would work with Deathwatch. Right, now we'll build the We'll build the sergeant and so on. I'll just move a bit closer to the table. I am running low on glue, but I think I've got enough for this live stream. I think, he says. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll just build the legs and all of them first. Yeah, I'll build the legs and the torsos, pop them on their bases. Yeah, if you've ever built Mark IIIs, these will be a doddle for you. Prices for when these come out, I'm not quite sure though. Ooh, for 10 of them. You know what? I think they'll probably price them similar to the Disintegrator Squad, like £42. They're definitely going to be over £40. I mean, it would have been nice for them to provide us with a combi weapon, though. That would have been nice. I will find a combi weapon for the next set I'm going to make. Oh yeah, that's spare parts for these. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it is a game changer having different. Yeah. I mean, you have different paints and you have different paint brushes. Why wouldn't you have different glues? Like different super glues, different plastic glues. Yeah, because why would you use Tamiya extra thin on a tank? Like the connection points are so big, you want something thicker. You know, you just wouldn't do that. Likewise, why would you use really thick uh, glue on like Sisters of Battle or Mechanicus. I mean, some of the parts are really small and fiddly. Right, so this is one of the new Breacher Squad Mark III helmets, and I think I do have a Mark III. Is this a Mark III? No, that's Mark VI with a different head. Is this a Mark III? Yeah, so you can see the difference, look. So they retain the grille and they retain the two separate lenses, but they just have this extra funnel thing, this, I don't know what it is, but scoop. The brow, they don't have the brow either, and of course they don't have the spike on the top. So improvement, I think. Chris, you're a newbie. Is it better to use a plastic glue or just use ordinary super glue? No, you need to use plastic glue. They're plastic minis. Don't use super glue, whatever you do. Only do that in like an emergency. Super glue creates a strong bond, but any kind of shock will shatter the pieces. So you'll drop a mini and the arms and legs are most likely explode off. Whereas plastic glue, it bonds the two surfaces. It fuses them together, melts them. Super glue doesn't do that. Super glue, the actual adhesive is the bond itself between the two components, whereas the plastic glue merges them. That's the simplest way I can explain it. But downside with plastic glue is it takes a bit longer to bond, just a little bit longer. But that's good in a way. There's a positive because you've got a bit more time if you make a mistake. The only downside is that it melts, so it's harder to repair. So if you drop a bit of plastic glue on a model or something and a bit of spillage, it's going to be more difficult to rectify. Whereas super glue you can normally scrape off or spray over, and it's not too bad. But with plastic glue, any errors, you kind of, the glue is taking away some of that material, whereas super glue doesn't do that. So yeah, please do, and have a range of plastic glues. They're only like £5-6 a thing. I think one of these is about £5 or £6, and this will, well, you've seen how many minis I build, and this lasts me months, if not a year or so. It lasts me a long time. I need to go back onto my Amazon orders and find out when I last purchased it, but I'm pretty sure I purchased that beginning of last year, probably. I don't think I purchased one in the summer. Oops. Oh, get distracted. Putting the wrong parts into different piles now. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Nordstrom. Thin glue as well is also good for bonding. Like if there's gaps in between pieces, it's good for that. Some people use it and they put it on the mold lines to get rid of the mold lines, but nah, if you've got time to do that, you've got time to get a file and just have a bit of file and file some of the mold lines off. Yeah, I never would cut corners with mold lines. I would always file them off. Back in the day, people used to suggest you use the back of your blade, to get the mold lines off, but that doesn't get everywhere, and sometimes it can be not that accurate. Yeah, file is probably the best way, and I know that there's some decent files out there, but I've had these Citadel files for a long time, and I just wipe them off on. You'll probably see me do that, and I'll just wipe them off a different material to get rid of the plastic, and yeah, they're still going strong after years and years. So invest in a good set of fine files. Get the coarser files for the resin, like the Forge World resin minis. It works wonders for them. But yeah, always be careful of the dust though. Um, you actually get more dust from the resin minis through drilling. Like if you've got to drill any holes for magnets and things, that creates more dust than the actual filing itself. So yeah. Oh, I'm just giving everybody tips tonight. Just helpful neighbourhood Warhammer nerd. Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, very good point. Superglue does. It does react to the air, and superglue reacts to your fingers. It's better gluing your fingers than pretty much anything. And I think one of the reasons is because it was invented, wasn't it, for Vietnam to close wounds up and things. But yeah, the reason why it reacts to your fingers so much is because, believe it or not, you've actually got a little bit of water, uh, that surrounds your skin. Very, very small, sort of microscopic, um, and like your oils and things, which is why you can, which is why people will varnish their models a lot of the time because, believe it or not, they don't want your fingers, the acid and the um, oils from your fingers damaging the models. Um, but yeah, it reacts to that because there's that little bit of water, and it likes to react to it. Um, yeah, that is frustrating when when you're building models and you're using super glue and then your fingers glue better than the things that you're trying to glue. Plastic glue, that doesn't happen. I've never had a plastic glue incident where I've glued my fingers together. Um, I wouldn't leave it on your fingers though. Um, you know, super glue kind of like glues them and sets, and then that's about it. And you can peel them off, or you can, use a blunt object to kind of take that super glue off. Warm soapy water works wonders, but with plastic glue, you really want to get that stuff off your fingers as quick as possible because it's, yeah, it can burn. It's not good. Um, yeah, good point. Good point, Nordstrom. And also, um, the next day, if you made a mistake, you can always go back and yeah, manipulate. You can even pull arms and things, apart and reattach. So yeah, you've got a lot of error, um, like margin of error is quite large for models with plastic glue. So yeah, go out and treat yourself. Buy some plastic glue. Um, if you're using it in like a small room and things, though, definitely have like a window open or make sure that there's a lot of ventilation. Um, um, You always have a bottle of extra thin that I add some dust. Yeah, that's fair enough, yeah. The thing is, I rarely get to the bottom of a bottle of Tamiya. I mean, it takes me years and years and years. But yeah. Yeah, Stig, this is just, don't get too excited. This is just from the BMW that I still haven't built. So yeah, I haven't bought anything new. Um, yeah, I've built the BMW, but the chain is quite loose on it, so I might have to take it all apart, which absolutely sucks. Because I don't think I need to watch some videos anyway. I'm part of the way through working that out, but you know this comes first. So yeah, I have to build all of these and get some reviews out and things before I even go back to the Lego. But yeah, I sat down during Christmas and yeah, then I had to go to work, so I didn't really get around to finishing. Like I was building a few parts of it, enjoying it, and then I thought, you know what, I should really just start again. Why not? Um, I know that takes so long once you've built a Lego Mini, and then you take it apart because you know you have to hunt for those pieces, don't you? They're not You're not looking at them bag for bag, and I think I'm on bag 5 out of 5. So yeah, the Lego's almost complete, and I'm gonna have to redo it, possibly, which is fine. Um, it's mainly Technic, isn't it? So that's a bit of a pain to detach some of those parts. It's all right though. There's quite a few kits that I wouldn't mind getting at the moment for Lego. Um, I might just wait until Minas Tirith comes out. No, it's Osgiliath. Sorry. Um, is it Osgiliath? No, it is. I can't remember. I think it's Minas Tirith. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's coming out this year. Now that I've saved myself £1,000 from not getting the Death Star, um, in a way, I've kind of saved £1,000 off Lego and spent £1,000 on sneakers. I'm still trying to catch up from last year on the sneaker game. Anyway, there's still, I would say, there's at least 5 pairs from last year that I still haven't picked up. Last year was just nuts. It was so crazy. Um, just still need to get a one of those G-Shock with the MIP displays as well, because they brought out the G-Shock Square with the MIP displays. There's a black one that I really like with the negative MIP display, and then there's the standard one, and I think they're coming out with a gold one with a positive MIP display too. I'm like, wow, yeah, they look really cool. Just because everybody's been wanting those for such a long time. Uh, and this is the thing, this is what companies respond to. I think they are expensive though, don't get me wrong. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe because they're new, but sometimes you get some good deals and you can get money off now and again. But the black one, so it's an all metal G-Shock with a black MIP display, is £619, which is quite crazy considering that the standard metal G-Shocks when they come out are normally about, I think they're about 500. And they sometimes drop to like 400, 300 something. Yeah, 300 is a bit more reasonable, but yeah, 600, it might just be because they're new. That's what I'm thinking. And they do weigh a little bit more, like a couple of grams more, which again is a bit annoying. I'd be nice if they weighed the same, but they just have more material. That's just the way it is. Anyway, I'm talking about sneakers and watches. All right, on topic of Lego and glue. Oh, don't suggest I glue my Lego, please. Oh dear, I've used Lego as connectors instead of magnets for swapping loadouts. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh well, that's a good use of Lego. Yeah. You know what? I think that's probably as secure, if not more secure, and cheaper. Maybe is Lego cheaper than magnets for connecting your minis? I've seen some people on YouTube and Insta and things that have built like dreadnoughts and predator tanks. I don't know about a Land Raider, but definitely a predator tank. I remember seeing a predator tank built out of Lego. Some of these people are so creative. They really are. I mean, I like building, but wow, they take it to the next level. So now we're just filing and preparing these parts. Yeah, we should build all these 5. Not within an hour, but within the next hour. And then we can crack on with the next 5, I think. I think we might be able to do all 10. We'll see. We'll see. I think what I'll do is I'll just do the legs and the torsos and then glue them while they're drying. Setting, should I say, drying. I could do the other parts. Yeah, top list for Lego at the moment for me though would most likely be the ATST. Really want to get that. It's not massively expensive either, I don't think, and it would go well with the AT-80. I think, yeah, it'd be nice to get 2, but you've got to be so careful with getting multiple Lego. I've got to be so careful because, yeah, I end up collecting too much Lego. But I'm extremely grateful and happy with the Lego that I have got. But yeah, definitely this year will be a big Lego kit. Christmas this year, I'll do that. I'll make that promise now. Just deciding which one to get. Thinking like Rivendell. Not a huge fan of the Barad-dûr, but Rivendell looks good. And then I can kind of watch Lord of the Rings at Christmas again as well. Right, we're just smashing through these now. Another downside of using like existing sprues for like your special weapons and things is, you know, the leg poses and the torsos are going to be exactly the same. Yes, these are kind of covered with the shields, but it's noticeable, definitely. If you only design and sculpt 5 minis, 5 Space Marines, you know, you've got like 50 Space Marines, you're going to notice it. You really are. Which is why they should do 10. 10 at a minimum, 10 different looking Space Marines. But this is their new thing. Batches of 5, but sell them at 10 prices, I guess. Yeah, Plasticard. I've used Plasticard before. I built the Wave Serpent. I custom made my Wave Serpent with Plasticard pieces. Yeah, it's very underrated in this hobby. I don't know why people don't use it more often. I mean, you could easily make a very rudimentary Plasticard bottom for the is it the Dawn tank? Yeah. You could even model some green stuff rivets. For the other Leviathan, I think I'm gonna. Oh, actually, the pose for this one, I mean, I can swap these out. They're magnetized, so it sort of looks. It looks like that pose already, but I'm kind of going to do the opposite of this pose. Yeah, that's part of 2026 for me. More live streams and actually more gaming live streams too. Keep up with the normal content. But yeah, just random games as well. I mean, I'd like to live stream Space Marine 2 a little bit more. I might live stream Fallout as well. I was thinking about that the other day. Let me just read your comment, Chris. Is Tamiya cement a plastic glue? Yeah, Tamiya cement is. So you want the, I would say you want thin Tamiya cement because the, have I got the other one? I have, yeah. Okay, cool. Hang on. This Tamiya cement here is just the standard. It's got a bit of dust on because I use it so much. Oh, has it gone a bit? No. Poison, of course. Yeah, so no fire. Inflammable. Inflammable? Okay. Right, so this is just normal Tamiya. And as you can see, that's quite a big, thick brush. And I think that's a bit too big for just your standard minis, your 20mm minis or whatever they call 28mm. Whereas this, I think you can get thin cement. So thin cement should be all right, but this is extra thin. That, yeah, you're going to have a bit of an issue gluing normal minis with this because you just don't get enough glue and it evaporates quite quick. So yeah, if you can find like the thin cement, that should be okay. Also Revel, also Games Workshop do their own. They're all similar prices really. Over here that is. But yeah, they're normally the three that I would go for. I think, isn't there like a Mr. Magic Glue or something? There's that, which I've heard is good, but yeah, you want something that says like liquid cement or plastic cement. Nearly. He's dropping everything today. Yeah, I use Gorilla Glue for resin. I used to use Loctite. Loctite is fine. What's the other one? Yeah, Loctite resin, or even just Loctite super glue is good for resin. Never heard of Luntech plastic glue though. Never heard of that. I'll have to have a look at that. But yeah, I've used Revel glue since I was a child, many years ago. My first ever Space Marines I put together with Revel. The Games Workshop or Citadel plastic glue is all right at a push. I've had mixed results. It's great when you first get it out the box and open it, but then after a while, I think towards the end, it kind of fades. That's just my experience with it. mean, basically, if you can get Revel or Citadel cheaper, go for the Revel if you can get that cheaper. I am throwing everything around tonight. Wow. There we are. Put that on like so. Right, we'll just clear up the rest of those pieces. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, good point, Nordstrom. Good point. Yep, it does. Right, now we will assemble each mini. Sorry for the lamp. You see the lamp? No, it's all good. We're just going to tidy up all of the parts now, and then I'll start gluing all of them at the same time. I am throwing things around today. Mental. What I'll do is, give it another sort of 20 minutes, 15 minutes or so, and then I'll go grab a drink and have a stretch and walk around. Very important to get up and move. I've been sat in one position for like an hour or two. So just be good to your bodies. They're meant to last. Hopefully they're meant to last. Tactical Fox Gaming. What's your initial thought on the models now that you've seen them close up? What, the breaches? Well, I've almost built one, but I mean, I would rather have specific breaches. I know that cost them a lot more, but I really would rather have a plastic breacher set, like specific armor. I know it's very close to iron armor, and I know, you know, why would you have a specific set of armor just for, that? So I get that. I get that any mark of armor can just pick up a breacher shield and a drum-fed bolter, but I don't know. I just would rather have a unique set, like we got in resin, basically. But that's the trade-off, the trade-off for compatibility with your other marks is that you're going to have one of those other marks included in the set. But I think they're fine. Again, I think the paint scheme sort of lets them down. I'm not, you know, casting shade over any Iron Warriors players, but I just think in other armor sets, sorry, in other Legion colors, Heresy models look better. I mean, I think these would look better. I know it's an assault. I know it's Iron Warriors. I get all that of that, but I think in Imperial Fists yellow probably would be better. But you know, they did that in second edition, so you know. I mean, what colour did they use for the Baneblade box? I can't remember. I think I've probably thrown it away. No, I can't have thrown it away. I've got it somewhere. Was it Iron Warriors they used for that? But that looks really good, that tank, in yellow. I just wish you got 20 of them. Like, or 20 Cataphractii. Like, if they did 20 Terminators and 20 Breachers and no Dreadnought, I'd be happy if they did away the Dreadnought and just had the troops. Because with a kit like this at £130, I just feel like I'm paying for that Dreadnought. I don't want one. I don't need one. Like, a bit of a shame. I'd rather have more new minis than, you know, duplicate older minis, of course. But they're doing this now. They're gatekeeping massively. Except for the new Mechanicum set, which I think just doesn't have enough minis in it anyway. But at least that set has all new minis. But it's a shame that they're not releasing the drone, Vultrax, whatever it's called. Vorax, I can't remember what it's called. It's a shame they're not releasing that separately with the set. But there we go. Let's just read some more of your comments. Oh yeah. I think the Cataphractii, they are. My opinion changed massively on those. Like, you know, they're not a must buy just because there's 6 of them and not 10. But they do have some good options and they do look way better in person. And they're not massively bigger than the old one. I mean, believe it or not, in this image right now, there's an older Cataphractii. And you probably can't spot it, but there is. So that just shows you how well the old ones blend in with the new ones, or vice versa. But with these Breachers, I still like them a little bit more, but it's not a bigger gap as the Terminators, okay? I think this is a right choice of armour to go for them. I would have liked a combi weapon for the Sergeant in all this. Oh, man. I might find a combi weapon. If I've got a combi disintegrator, I might pop that on him. I always get this a bit mixed up. I think that goes on the front, doesn't it? You are really throwing things about today. Yeah. So like Tamiya would be a good use of this this part right here, because you don't want a big glob of glue, but you want something substantial. There you go. I think I might just glue this as well. the hand. Yeah. I'm just going to have a quick look, see if I do have any combi disintegrators. So thanks, Stig, for your question. If you were going to start playing one Games Workshop tabletop game this year, which one would it be? Oh, and I can pick the ones that I already sort of have. Mm. If like money was no object and I could just like pick one straight away to play, like Horus Heresy, the rules are just stick to second edition rules, please. 40k. There's a lot going on. Kill team's good. Adeptus Titanicus or Legions Imperialis. That would be a good shout. But I would actually say Old World. Like if I could get into Old World with the square bases and the movement trays and things, I probably would start an army and play someone Old World, like old school. That's what I would do. But yeah. Hopefully I'll get some games in this year though, hopefully. I'm just going to have a little look in my bits box area, he says. Sorry about this, but I'm just determined to find a better weapon for the sergeant. And I know I've got a bag of heresy goodies somewhere. Probably in here, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I've already found one. It's in here as well. I don't know why I've kept all of these in here. But yeah. Maybe I should cut them off the sprue and put them in, but they're not going anywhere, are they? Let's have a little look. Let's just read a few more of your questions. Anything but a Leviathan that no one wants. Definitely. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. Give you a tip, Chris, for them. Hopefully you haven't built all of them yet, but you got it for Christmas, so you might have built all of them. It's been a couple of weeks, and you've probably built a few during Christmas. Yeah, I'll give you a tip on them. All right. I know the minis are push fit, but push fit doesn't necessarily mean that's it. Push fit isn't all it's cracked up to be. So what I mean by that is with push fit, what I tend to do is, because the minis leave gaps and they don't line up correctly, where the plug is, snip like a millimeter or two off the plug, off all of the plugs, and then the model will close together a bit tighter and more flush. And also after that, you can put some Tamiya or glue in between, and that will bond it and make sure you won't have the gaps. So that's my tip. Cut the plugs a little bit and also glue. Yeah. And I've just lost my microphone pop thing. Where's that gone? Oh, here it is. I don't think it makes much difference anyway, if I'm honest, but yeah, I need a new mic, definitely. Maybe I'll treat myself in a couple of months. You're already considering removing the pins and just there you go. You see, you don't have to remove the pins to get completely. Just cut them down a couple of millimeters. Could be 2 rapiers. Oh, that would be good, Peter. Yeah. That would be good. Two rapiers. These are just fantastic. Yeah, I don't know if the armor kind of works, but yeah, these with the breaches and the cataphracti. Um, are these really a siege assault though? These are more like defensive. I don't think they're really a siege assault. Um, but yeah, yeah. Even just two breaches. Sorry, two rapier batteries. Right, so this is my bag of goodies with an absolute huge axe. That's the Saturnine Praetor axe, which is it's as tall as a Contemptor. I think it is. It could be an axe for a Contemptor. Hold up, someone's got an idea. Someone's got a... Yes, it works. You could have a Contemptor power axe. There we go. Someone's going to kit bash that now. Thanks. They probably already have, to be fair. I don't know. Right, so we have a heavy... this is what we want. Look at this. Is it right-handed? It's right-handed as well. Combi disintegrator. So these are my spare parts from the Saturnine box set. I'm sure I've got like combi melters and things in another bag, but yeah. Oh, right. So I think we're going to be using this if the rules allow, of course. But I always go for rule of cool. But let's just double check. So Breacher Squad. One item from the Legion combi weapons list. So the Legion combi weapons list is combi disintegrator, 10 points. Just go for that. Super. Just go. Let's go for it. Go for it, chap. Hello, Germany. How are you doing over there? How's the weather? Is it pretty chilly? Is it pretty cold? It must have been snowing. Oh, I've kept it out, haven't I? Oh. Your friend loves Terminators but hates the hip side armor. They are called tassets. He assembles all minis without them. So does that reduce his armor save to 3+? So this time he did the same. And God, do they look lanky without hip plates? Yes, I bet they do. Yeah, I don't know if I've got a good example, but well, the old ones didn't have tassets, I have to say. Look, no tassets there. It's just a straight up to the torso. Whereas the new ones do have these, and they just add a bit of bulk, don't they? But I'd say even the older ones looked thinner now than the newer ones, and I thought it would be the other way around. But anyway, glad you enjoyed the Terminator video, the review of the Cataphractii. I'm pleased, you know, people are enjoying that and watching it, and you know, getting what they can out of it. I can only imagine how popular it would have been if Games Workshop would have sent me it for free and early, like 2 weeks early. That would have been pretty good. I mean, I think I did a good job for them releasing that first preview of the Adeptus Titanicus box set. That had so many views. That was crazy. That was the first ever. Like, there's no other video of the Adeptus Titanicus box set, and I was able to, yeah, get that out to everybody on that day. So I was very, very chuffed about that. Of course, nowadays I'd just do a live stream if I was there, with the internet being so good and access to the channel. But yeah, I think those days are pretty much gone. Which is a bit of a shame. They tend to release everything on the previews on that day. of an event. And so, you know what? I stopped going. I just stopped going to the events. You know, which is a shame because you'd think that any kind of boost in money they'd want. Like, if you think about it, more events where you can buy things earlier and preview those things is going to be anything but more profit for them. But yeah, no, they've yeah, I don't see the point in losing money like that. It's just crazy. Maybe that's their goal though. Maybe they wanted to. Well, figures don't lie, and yeah, you know, when they look at, it's probably one of the reasons actually why they are. Oh, is there one of these combi with a drum? I don't think there is there? I think it is only a sickle magazine. Ah, well, we'll go for it. I don't mind. It's, you could quite easily just cut this drum off and cut this sickle and pop the drum on if you really wanted to. But anyway, as I was saying, it's probably the reason why they're in a hurry to build and get the Warhammer World in America up and running so quickly. Maybe less people go to the Nottingham one now, and they want to start getting some money out of you Americans, which is in fact my largest viewership, you guys. So thank you. It goes Americans, British, Germans, and I can't remember the rest, but yeah, I need to have another look at that. Oh, I'm already regretting this choice here. I'm already regretting my glue. I think that'll work. I think I can kind of get away with that. Yeah, I can get away with that. Okay. One thing I don't like is the plug and socket system on the arms. It's so backwards. And if you don't cut the knobs off, it gives you so many issues at this stage. Because the arms will only go a certain way, and I don't like hand holding in my hobby. I like them to give me some outline instructions, unless it's like a Reaver Titan, and then allow me to just kind of make my own way in the hobby. I think it's probably best to just glue that on first. Yeah, I'm running low on this glue, and that's why things are kind of falling apart a little bit. It's down to its end. So one thing I notice about plastic glue is it tends to lose its stick further down the life expectancy is. Let me just read some more. I'm reading that as elves, army, block of infantry. It's too small, Peter. The channel is too small. Only 30% of you are subscribed. Come on, we've got to pump up those numbers, right? It's too small. I've never been sent a sausage. Can't really do much with the sausage. I'd probably rather have two, but even a pot of paint. But I don't expect anything anyway. This whole channel and me saying what I like, I think freedom of speech is, yeah, it's very, very important. And yeah, to sign something away to say that you can't say what you like about something you're really passionate uh, about is just, I don't know. I don't know how they do it. I mean, because like you can have all the free minis in the world and have them early, but like, what kind of person are you at the end of it? Like, you're just an empty shell, surely. Like, you go to sleep at night, thinking, oh, those drop pods were absolute rubbish, but I had to say that they were the best thing since sliced bread, you know? No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. It's just fake fake news, isn't it? Giving saying something's good when it's terrible. Like I couldn't do that to you guys. I've got too much what respect. I don't know. I don't know what you call it, but I've got too much of it. I honesty, self worth. I don't know. I just couldn't with it. Conscience. There you go. I was looking for that word. I couldn't, in the right conscience, um, say good things about something that's bad. Just because I got it for free. Like, that's just no way. I don't know how they got their shield in that cool pose, but mine doesn't look anything like that. The glue still hasn't set on this arm. I might have to pull out the big guns. It's Tamiya. Really tempted getting the new Cataphractii and box of Chaos Terminators to kit bash. You like the new design a lot. Yeah, that could work. That could work. I think they're similar sizes as well, so you shouldn't really have any issues with spikes and trophy racks and those things. I mean, they technically come with like a bit of a trophy rack, don't they? So yeah, pick up 6 and see how you get on. Good idea. Sorry, I need to read that. I really need to read that. I think Games Workshop's focused on supporting a friends of the studio. I don't know how I can't be a friend of the studio with over 4,000 videos and like 24 million views. I don't know about that. Like, how far deep do you have to go? Like, do you have to make 10,000 videos? Do you have to, paint a mini? I mean, that's just too far for me. Like, there's no way I'm doing that. Um, that's a good tip with a push fit, yeah. Um, You usually glue and hold or use pliers to over some cloth. Or I use pliers over some cloth to avoid. No, 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 no. Just cut the plugs a few millimeters, and then everything should fit closer and better and more flush. There's no need to be using pliers to squeeze minis together. No, if you do that, you don't need to use pliers. There's only like a couple of instances where I've used my small what do you call it, vice grip thing for a couple of the bigger minis, but no, not for any of the smaller ones like the characters. Wow, this arm, this wrist really does not want to glue to this shield whatsoever. Like it really doesn't want to glue to it. I'm baffled by this. I might have to leave that overnight or something. What? Yeah, it's still not gluing. Wow. It's starting to annoy me now. Okay. I'm triggered by this arm. I know why. It's because there's a pressure point. Basically, where you're pushing the piece on the shield is creating an opening at the wrist. And this sometimes does happen, but I think we'll leave it there for that. And what usually does help as well is the shoulder pauldrons. Putting those on, if I cannot drop it. Okay. Okay, right. That's pretty cool. I like that. That works for me. We need a breacher charge on here because it's the new thing. So we'll probably put it there. And we'll also give him. No, we'll give someone else the melters. But we can't now give him the pistol, which is slightly annoying. Anyway, that's the first breacher. Comparing it to Mark II, so this is a sergeant apparently. As you know, they're similar sized, but yeah, that gives you an idea of like at least the size of the shield. I guess it's just nice to have a breacher that doesn't have the shield up, but I've equipped him with the combi disintegrator because yeah, that's the new thing. So yeah, cool. That's the first one done. So we'll leave him there to marinate, and we'll crack on with the others. What I'll do now is I will just, because I wanted to prepare that, I will just prepare all of the other parts for the 4 and then glue them together. Let me just read some more comments. I guess so. Plastic expert kits. I guess you could have plastic expert kits, but then they would be so much more money, and the models would look way cooler, and then you're fragmenting your user base into super rich and just rich. It's yeah, because then what would happen with the rules and things, like, because you'd have a group of people that would just, yeah, there's enough gatekeeping as it is in the hobby. I don't think that would. There was already enough gatekeeping with Forge World. Like I was lucky enough to be able to buy Forge World minis when I was younger, and yeah, because like I had the Titan and things, like I had the Warhound Titan, and that was enough of a gatekeeping thing anyway to rock around with a £250 resin mini. Um, so I think that more expensive minis, regardless of extra poses and things, would just fragment the um, group even more, I think. Eating the onion moment. The Death Watch Agent Codex dropped. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But the great thing about all the reviews and yeah, but you say that, but those people, in my experience, Nordstrom, hobbyists don't care. Like they really don't care. In my experience, they only care about seeing the brand new stuff as soon as possible. Um, and that's a little bit like sneakers, watches, technology. I don't think it's just a hobbyist thing. I think it's just a human nature thing. I think we want to see the brand new shiny thing before anybody else. There's kind of like it's kind of like being in a club that way. You're in like an exclusive club of, oh, we're all together because we saw this same thing before anybody else. Um, and I don't. I I think people. I think people just care more about looking at that thing first than what that person's got to say about it. Um, However, I do think that there are some people that like a creator's content or the way they explain things or describe things, and I do think that even after something's been released, um, you know, viewers, subscribers, supporters, they will go back to that creator and get their view. I'm the same though. Like there's channels that I watch for certain products that have been out for a while. So I'm the same. I'll go back and watch those videos. Um, for me, it's not a massive thing. Like I don't really like. Say for instance, a channel will bring out the Mechanicum uh, box set, and they'll unbox it and review it, like this Saturday or something. I'm not that fussed. Like I'm happy to watch a good content creator make a video of it in a few weeks' time. Like I'm not massively fussed in because I can see what's in the box. I can see what it's going to be. Um, I guess it matters if you haven't made your decision that much. I think that's the case for this set in particular. I think that's why I released the review of the Terminator so quick, because I understood that not everybody likes the live streams or can watch them for whatever reasons. Like so I felt like I had to get that review out as quick as possible. Um, but I also felt like I had a couple of days to look at the minis and you know form my opinion of them. Uh, it's like the review of these will probably come out Friday if I get the chance, but it means that it's given me enough time, like a what do they call it, like breathing cool down period, cooling off, and like when you buy a big purchase and things, or an agreement, you have like a cooling off period. I think that's the same for minis. rather than a hot take. But yeah, it's my take on it anyway. I've got to find the power plant that has the extra piece on it. Unless that was the extra piece. No. So how's this going to attach then? Do we not have those power plants anymore? Oh, it's there. So there is one. But I've probably cut it off, knowing me. Probably cut it off. And it probably was the sergeant. No. I think it probably was. It's all right. It will still go on, I'm sure. Yeah, it'll be fine. I started looking for it. Well, what I'll do is I will actually take this one off and use this one. How about that? Probably wasn't looking what I was doing, but I do want a like for the Vox relay or whatever it's called, Vox thing. It's not too important, but for the banner, it's quite important that you get a good solid connection to the power plant. Was thinking of something you can buy once you've got all the stuff and just want to add some variety and flavour without being separate units. Yeah. Yeah, but as I say, there's enough gatekeeping, I think, in the hobby already. What I am quite flustered about is just Forge World in general, like you know, not releasing much. I mean, I know I'm saying this, and Angron's about to be up for pre-order, and don't get me wrong, I'd love to get Angron. I still don't like the wings though. I'm not a big fan. But then there's not that many minis, particularly resin minis, where I do like the wings. Sanguinius notwithstanding, of course, but yeah, you know, I don't mind the wings for 40k Angron. They're all right. I still think the best pair of 40k wings, or one of the best pair. Well, I like Archaon's wings, but also Mortarian's wings are just fantastic. You know, they really, other than his size, which maybe he could have been a bit smaller, but he was quite a tall Primarch. I think they did just hit the nail on the head with his wings, didn't they? They're just incredible. I don't know. The thing is, I would love to give you an unboxing and review of Angron. I really, really would. And I would totally use him instead of the plastic one. But I just don't have World Eaters. I just can't justify it that much. I mean, I don't have World Eaters, I don't have you know, the Horus Heresy ones. Where did the shield go? Oh, I didn't even take the shield out for this one. Which shield did this one use? It was 15. Yeah, there it is. I think I will just go and grab a drink because it has been 2 hours, believe it or not. That's really good, Peter. Thank you. I appreciate that. And also my size comparisons. Come on. Size comparisons are quite useful. I'm always trying to experiment with the right angle for them though, because like what a right angle for you might not be the right angle for me when I'm talking about minis and vice versa. But yeah, no, I appreciate that. Any kind of feedback like that is massively important. I also like a lot of videos and reviews and just videos in general on YouTube now seem to be catered for like ADHD and stuff, where someone's talking and then within 3 seconds there's like it zooms into their face, and then another 3 seconds after that it zooms out, and then another 3 seconds after that it does a clip, and it's just like, wow, like I might just be getting old, I don't know, but that's just too much for me. I get enough of that Twitch attention grabbing from video games, you know, competitive video games and things. I don't need it in my casual, like, oh, just viewing pleasure. I don't know, maybe I am just getting old. Maybe that is what the standard is now. But I just find that ever so, like, when they put too much music over reviews, or they change the lighting a lot, or I don't know, maybe I'm just quite sensitive to that. Whatever happened to just like someone talking about something, like just, you know, casually describing things? Why did that disappear? Wings in general isn't your favourite. Exactly. Really good point, Nordstrom. Really good. Evening Moxitron, how are you? It is damp out there. Yeah, you're right. It is. It's damp out there today for me in Norfolk. It's I haven't spotted it rain, but I can tell it has been raining. So I don't know what's going on there. But yeah. You're currently slapping on some paint on some terrain. Nice. See, I like that interaction. I do love it when you guys tell me like what you're up to, hobbying wise and things. And you know, some of you might hobby every day, some of you might hobby like once a week. I don't know. Maybe you are all hobbying every day. Okay, so the moment of truth for this one. I think the bolt goes on one way. This is so dodge. Yeah, you're never going to get that. Perfect. Plus the weight of it as well. that's not going to go on without a fight. But then yeah. So just remember the next one. Going to have to cut the plug off. Wouldn't it be cool if you could use a breacher shield in, well, for Primaris, but no, specifically Space Marine 2? Like if you haven't got cover, that's the one thing I feel it's missing. Yes, you're like this moving, unstoppable Primaris Space Marine, but it would also be quite cool if you could like walk up to something and rip it off and use that as a shield, like an extra bit of cover. Yeah, stimulation overload. Yeah. There's a lot of dopamine. Yeah. You're going to try and do more painting this year. Yeah, me too. Um, you get anxious from the short attention span stuff. Um, Preys on pacifying people with ADHD. Wow, that's quite an um, enlightening comment, Nordstrom. Appreciate that. Thank you. Wow. So it so it caters for ADHD, but it actually increases your anxiety. Wow. Oh, okay. Moxtron, I almost finished painting what I bought last year, but then I only bought about 3 boxes of models. Hey, whatever works, you know. I hope you did a fantastic job with those minis. I'm sure you did, my friend. That's another breacher. One thing I will say is just be super careful with the shields and the bolters. So much so that what I'm actually going to do right now is glue the hands on super quick so they've got a chance to set. You see, this is, with a new kit, you find some tricks and things. And that's great because in the next time you build the same kit, which I will when I get another set, um, you remember the trick. Well, you should do, but there's no guarantee. Depends how many blueberries you've had in between. Okay, right. I will put the melter bomb on him. I don't want to mess him up too much. Yeah, I could do. Just going to squeeze a melter bomb in there for you, mate. Don't worry. Um, yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, of course. You don't have a deficiency. You've got too much attention, and you can't. Yeah, I get what it is. You can't focus it on any one thing. Wow. I wonder if this actually helps then, like the hobby, focusing your attention. Um, I honestly don't know how if you've got something like that, you can like watch a full film without moving on to something else. Like, I wonder if all of the content these days, like the doom scrolling and things like that I've heard, whether that is destructive and because it's giving you like little dopamine hits, it's programming people to respond to things like that. Well, I hope these videos help anyway, like the live streams, because um, I don't know, I just like hobbying with other people as well. So for me, you're all here, and you know, I'm here as well. So you know, you can crack on with your own projects, and hopefully don't get too annoyed that I talk too much. No, I might get to a point where I put some music, but if I put some music on, it's just going to be copyrighted, or it's be going to be repeated for 3 hours. It's like, I don't know. Oh, okay. It's a really good focus. Ah, interesting. Okay, good, good. I'm pleased then. Ah, it's just starting it, right? Starting it is the issue. You have difficulty starting the hobby or project. Um, yeah, this is true. Uh, oh, interesting. Moose tracks. Um, you can watch for hours, especially if you're gluing models or doing chores. Oh, nice one, nice one. And the beauty about this is like you don't need to like really watch what I'm doing. Like you can just listen to me talk, and then you can just take me around around the house or wherever, and I'm still here responding to comments, replying to the chat. Yeah, because any passerby would just think, who's this guy filing his nails in front of his plastic soldiers? You know, this guy files his nails for 3 hours at a time, and they're still the same length. is he Wolverine or something? With his I don't know. It's a good point actually. Do Wolverine's nails grow to a certain length and then stop? Social media, it's too easy to get caught in the scrolling looking for some next big thing. It never comes. It never comes. It's yeah. I don't really want to draw parallel to like cave diving, like cave exploring, because hey, whatever floats your boat. I mean, as long as you're not hurting anyone, I guess. But in a way, you could be hurting yourself by putting yourself in danger. Anyway, that's probably the same for motorcycles. But what I'm trying to say is, I sometimes read these comments that say, "Oh, what do you expect is going to be down there when you're cave exploring? You know, a pot of treasure? I mean, no, it's just going to be the same set of rocks." And it's like I get that, but I think it's it's bigger than that. I think they do it for the thrill, and I think they do it for um, just a sense of accomplishment. I mean, yeah, it's probably the same reason why I get the enjoyment out of the motorbike. I've been fast on motorbikes before, and just because I've been fast on motorbikes doesn't mean I won't be fast on motorbikes again. Like, I guess it's that instant rush, you feel alive, and I guess that's what they feel when they do that. You know, they feel alive. That's their motorcycle, um, or that's their pleasure when looking at a fully painted army. I don't know what that feeling is like, but you know, maybe one day, maybe one day. In a way, maybe my hobby journey is just me cave exploring, squeezing myself through tight spots and crevices and things, and the similarity, the parallel for that is being squeezed by you know mountains of unbuilt, unpainted minis. Maybe that's the explanation. Anyway, getting quite deep in the old topics tonight. I need to go get a drink and walk around because I'm about to just freeze in place. What I'll do is it's difficult to get these sort of correct. What I mean by that is there's a few moving parts with this. Like you could probably get away with gluing the bolter onto the arm. Oh, I really need to start gluing the power plants. Um, Sometimes you won't even watch a whole short video. Wow. Um, my content is awesome for you. Hobby has pretty much been a lifeline for many times, and you helped me getting started. Oh, thank you, Nordstrom. I don't think your bank manager appreciates me as much as you do, but yeah, that's really nice for you to say. Thank you. I know I can be a negative nanny a few times, but really, I'm just trying to keep it real. I'm just trying to, you know, they're a multi-billion pound dollar company or whatever at the end of the day, and any criticism comes from a place of pure passion for the hobby, built over 30 odd years or so. So, you know, I just have really high expectations. Um, and sometimes I feel like I've got everybody else's expectations on my shoulders for what Mini should be and the enjoyment you should get out of these very expensive pieces of plastic. Um, you know, that's the way I feel about it, really. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that my videos have helped. Um, the thing is for me, video games and this hobby has always been there for me through difficult times, through all kinds of times really, and it's always there. Like yeah, people will sell models and move on and have different things in their lives, but um, for me, it's remained a constant. And I think in our lives where there's so much uncertainty, having something as constant and stable as a hobby that you enjoy is so it's not underrated, but it's just yeah, it's nice to have that. It's very cool to have something that's always there for you that doesn't normally disappoint you. Because if you've bought things and you've built them and you painted them and you keep them and you collect them, it's a constant reminder of of what you can achieve and um, where you've come from and where you are in your hobby journey, in your skill. I mean, you know, but yeah, I'm still not going to get Rumpelstiltskin. I know you're all trying to get me to get him, but I'm not going to get him. I draw the line at Titus and pals. I wish it was just Titus and four cool looking space marines, but no, we have to have some humans in there. Well, I know they're superhumans, aren't they? But you know what I mean. Yeah. Um, yeah, you say that my videos help, but you as a community help me um, through your views, your comments, the interactions, the chat, any kind of like interaction I see on the channel always helps and motivates me and spurs me on to stay up until midnight and do a review because I work full time and a second job at that. It all helps keep me motivated to continue the content. Um, you know, I've always just got to be careful that I don't burn myself out, though. That is a thing. I'm gonna give this chap some grenades. Merry Christmas. And they're crack grenades too. Just what he needs. I guess I'm really enjoying building these because I haven't got up after 2 hours. Uh, there we go. Let me just read. Um, yeah, jump out of a perfectly good plane. Hello, Maxim. I haven't said hello to you. I hope you're well. Um, Yeah, like but I'm sure there are some amazing caves that you can go in, and you don't have to squeeze yourself through a birth canal to get there. Being unfiltered is peak ADHD. Yeah, I have a problem with that as well. Maybe I've hit peak ADHD. uh, yeah, hyped and critical at the same time. I try not to get too hyped about things. Um, anyway, uh, I must go and grab a drink, but I will be back to finish these two guys off, and to glue them, and you know uh, show you all five of them, and I'll probably start the next five as well. I might have time, but my glue is running low. Hopefully, Games Workshop will send me some. And those pigs that fly. Yeah, they still haven't sent me them. Right, I'll be. Let's just read some more. I better get the best mini ever. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm surprised Stiltskin wasn't in the Titus set. And he's he's actually probably more useful, to be fair. Um, if anything, someone could use him as a ladder. Um, oh yeah, don't get me. Maybe I do actually have ADHD, which is fine. But yeah, I do hyper focus on lots of things. Yeah, like sneakers. You have two jobs. How many hours a day do you work? Well, I work my full job, which is during the week, and then I have a second job uh, that I sometimes work during the week, but usually work at the weekend. So a lot, basically. Um, but that's my key principle, though. If you want things in life, you need to work for them. So, uh, yeah, I was thinking that. Looks like Ulrich. Yeah, I think it's the cloak, isn't it, though? The furry cloak. This is why I said maybe he would work well in my 10th company as like the captain of the 10th company, the scout company. But I don't know. To be fair, I've already got a captain for every company of the chapter. I've got too many, and I've got lieutenants coming out my ears, haven't I? So yeah, I've probably got more lieutenants than Terminators at this point. Um, uh, yeah, working at weekends is tough, but if it's a different job, it's a different like work family, and a different it's just a different experience, different landscape, different environment, I'd say. So it's not like I'm doing the main job again, which is yeah, it's one of those. Right, spare no expense from Dr. Hammond. I'm just going to go grab a drink, but I will be back in a couple of minutes. Okay. Okay, I am back. Oh, see if I've got enough space to put this hot drink. Okay. Let's just see. Right. Right. Okay, I'm back. How do people deal with dust and their models? I read that as how to deal with people. I'm not really allowed to say how to deal with people, but Mr. Google might, say something about that. But how to deal with dust, though? Dust on people? How to deal with dust on people? Well, you shouldn't be leaving people around for that long that they collect dust, is what I'm going to say. That's too long. You should move people around a bit. That usually helps. Dust on models, though, I'll raise you a question. How do you deal with dust on Lego? I mean, literally, you take it out of the bag and then it's got dust on it. I mean, you can try all kinds. Maybe it's because I never super glued my Legos together. I think that's the secret. If I had super glued them together, I don't think they would have got dust. So maybe, yeah, but that can't be right because I super glue some minis together and they still get dust. But oh well. Yeah, I think what I use, which is really really good, is a thick one. I've got it somewhere. I can't whip it out. Oh, it's somewhere, but I've got a thick brush, and what I do is I use a duster to begin with. I tried air spray, not hairspray, but canned air, but that's cost too much, and it doesn't freeze the model, but most likely it freezes your hand sometimes. But that's not really a cost-effective way. So you can, if you've got a Hoover and you've got a blow mode, you could use that, or you've got a little hand air thing that you press, and that gets some dust off. But really, to get in those nuts and crannies, a thick brush, thick painting brush, like a rounded tip one, works quite well, and that gets in all the nooks and crannies. Yeah, so that's what I would use. No, I haven't got a hot chocolate tonight. Tonight is a Horlicks I've got. So I've run out of hot chocolate. I ran out of hot chocolate a couple of nights ago. Sucks. It really does suck. Yeah. I need to get some more. But it's definitely hot chocolate weather over the next week or so. Makeup brush, yeah, that's good. Oh, nice. Checking purples could be appropriate. Ah, brilliant. Yeah. There's a word for is there a word? I think I think there's a word in another language for not dust bunny, but um, for something that collects dust. Not a dust magnet, but that would be our equivalent. But I'm sure in another language there's a specific word for buying something that just collects dust, like an ornament or something. Yeah. I mean, The thing is, dust is like a mixture. It's an amalgamation of so many different things, as well as yourself. I mean, when you go to sleep, if you ever watch like a video or something um, about sleep, and when you fall asleep, what happens? Like part of your body kind of wakes up, and yeah, you shed a lot of skin. So, but my advice still isn't, don't hobby or put your minis in your bedroom or where you sleep, because you'll still get dust on them wherever you put them. Like, but you probably get less dust where you are actually in. Like if you put your minis in like a spare room and you're rarely in that spare room, you're going to get less dust in there because there's less flow of traffic and people and all those kind of things. Cabinet is also good shout, I'll probably say. um, I don't know, maybe ask Games Workshop at the Warhammer World. I should really ask them that. I should make a list of top 10 questions. What do you do about dust? You know what their answer will be? They probably have like an army of servitors and little robots that come and dust all the models every single night. Like, maybe they've invented some kind of anti-static dust spray for miniatures that just repel all dust from getting on them, and they just don't want to release it until they're bankrupt, because they know that that will save the company. Because everybody that's a hobbyist will undoubtedly want that product, and anyone that collects Lego as well. It's a win-win. Or maybe I should just invent a positively charged electrostatic capacitor. I don't know. A Dyson air humidifier. Whoa, God, check you out. Mr. Moneybags over there with the Dyson. God. As soon as I dust, I need to dust. The question is, to dust or not to dust? Oh. Yeah, definitely. I'm sure they've got cleaning servitors at Warhammer World, okay? Have you read their NDA? Come on. Do you know how many hamsters they've got running around wheels just to generate the electricity required to, you know, injection mold all these billions of miniatures for my channel? I don't know how I feel about this thick graviton gun. I don't know how I feel about it. It's very girthy. Like, it's thick. It's not your usual graviton. It's kind of, yeah. That's a thick boy, that one. Um, you've got a window. It's like, oh, my Dyson humidifier. I've got a window. Excellent. Oi, Space Marine. What are you doing with my humidifier? No, I don't think orcs have humidifiers. The best orcs have is a big red button. That apparently makes things crash faster, but I like how big that red button was as well. It was huge. I don't know how any of the orcs could have not pressed it. They must have been so so well disciplined not to press a massive big red button. Like even a Grot or a Gretchen would have pressed it and gone, whoops. Yeah, no. I've heard they're good, and the thing is, like with stuff like that, it'll probably last you like years and years and years, and it's probably doing you a world of good, filtering out the dust and all those things. And if you've got allergies, then there's another. Oh, if you've got pets as well, there's so many like positives. So yeah. I like to buy things that last. Um, but because it's better to buy something that will last, or hopefully will last, than buy lots of things that you just need to replace all the time or service. I think, um, especially things that you use the most. You want to get that value out of those things. Because another thing I don't think people kind of factor in nowadays, especially over the past like few years, is if you buy something expensive now, imagine what it's going to be in like 3 or 4 years' time if everything keeps going the way it is. So actually, you're getting even more value because if you keep replacing things, that thing that you're replacing is going up and up and up every time you replace it. So yeah, I think that's lost as well in some generations where if something's broken, they will just buy a new one. Um, Even though I'm kind of from that generation, I would always prefer to try and fix it because it's just a waste impact as well. I mean, but that leaves me on to the next topic of sprue, like recycling sprues. Um, I don't know if there's any rumor in it, but you recycle your sprues with Games Workshop. What do they do with them? Do they tell you what they do with them? I mean, do they have a process where they melt them down and then make more models out of them? I wonder whether those drop pods were those. I've just realised on my live stream I've got a button here that says stop ads. I don't know whether that stops ads for everyone or just me. Hmm. It's not a hamster, it's former YouTubers who signed the NDA. They're just going round and round. That'll be me one day. Think of me when it says the last uploaded video was 3 months ago. Just imagine me running as fast as I can on a treadmill to keep the lights on in the Warhammer warehouse. while a Asterius knight is sat there just collecting dust upon dust upon dust, so much dust that it's actually turned to black soot now, because even the dust has dust on it. And finally, that second person that wants to buy one will pick it up, and they get to experience the dust experience that I did. Yeah, that's a good use of them. Yeah. I'd probably have the Emperor's Palace by now if I turn mine into scenery. Or at least a small moon for all my orcs to live in. You don't have to base it. Wow, I don't have to base it if there's that much dust on minis. I was just thinking the other day, like as I do, I was just thinking, surely Games Workshop releasing so many minis in such a short time has an effect of on paint sales. Because if they're releasing so many minis and a lot of people are buying so many minis, they don't have as much time to paint because they're building. So it's kind of self-defeating if you releasing a lot of minis all the time, because probably those people aren't painting as many because they have to build so many. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in that. Maybe I'd like to know whether that's affected paint sales, but it's probably negligible because they'll make more money on the minis. There's a higher profit margin, I would have thought, than a pot of paint that will last years and years, or decades if you're a Super Saiyan. Right, almost finished. Just got to clear up this bolter and then we can glue these, and my time has pretty much come to an end. We've almost done 3 hours, apart from my little hot drink break. But yeah, these have been, well, they've just been Space Marines. Like, not as fun as the Cataphractii, okay? So, however, it's plastic creatures. We finally got them. They're compatible with other marks of armor. It would be nice if the shield, the Breacher Shield sprue was available separately for like 12 quid maybe. But I doubt it. I think they will just sell those 4 sprues in a set for like 40 odd pound. Still worth picking up, you know, because they're breachers at the end of the day. They're troops. They, you know, the Space Marines just, but fewer of them, and they've just got that extra bit of protection with those shields. And they've still got their bolters, and they can get that special weapon, which is pretty cool, like a las cutter or a graviton gun. But they can't have 2. Like the set won't include two, it'll have one of each, which, yeah, should have had two of each, but because it kind of forces you into having to buy two sets of them, which is fine for me because I will buy another set and then I'll just build them the same, and then I can have las cutters or graviton in my 10-man squads. Right, so this is the graviton. They're opening a new UK paint factory soon. Oh, interesting. Oh, don't tell me about the release schedule. They're not now changing it to 3 weeks, are they? Why can't they just put it back to 1 week? It's just better for content for me to order something and then get it the next week, instead of having to give them my money like 2 weeks before. I mean, even video games, like normally you pre-order a video game and they don't take your money until the dispatch, really. And also the rest of the 5 will just be the bolters with the shields anyway. I've built the interesting ones already. The special weapons, the sergeant, and so on. They should have a release schedule that gives you more time to actually build and paint before the next hot plastic cracks out. Yeah, good point, Moxitron. Yeah, they should give you more time. Like back in the early 2000s, that time was like 2 armies a year, if that. What do I think of Hellsmiths of Hashut? There's some good minis in there. Yeah, there are some good minis. Just not my cup of tea, dwarves. Just don't know what it is. I only own one dwarf, I think, and that's the Troll Slayer. But yeah, it's not really my cup of tea. I wouldn't collect them for Lord of the Rings either. Just is what it is. I think it's cool though, you know, brand new faction for Age of Sigmar. That's always a good thing. It's like Grand Cathay. I like a few of those minis, but I probably would never collect an army of them. Yeah, probably. You see, this is the problem with having existing minis and then creating like an upgrade sprue like these breacher shields, is that you are completely limited to the poses of the existing minis. Not like the resin breachers, which, you know, yes, you only had 5, but they all had, you know, that they were design sculpted around that shield. Whereas these breachers, they've had to build the shield around the mini, and I think it works the other way around. I think it's better to build the mini, design the mini around the shield. Yeah, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Probably. I don't know. But yeah. Mini around the weapon instead of the weapon around the mini. That's what I say. But as I said before, that's the trade-off. The trade-off for compatibility with other marks is the the other restrictions. They still look all right, but they're not as breachery as you would want. They're not like have got their whole body behind that shield. It's almost like they've got their poses from before, and here's a shield, here's a gun. So they're limited. You know, they are limited. They are literally just Mark III with a shield and a slightly different bolter and a different head, different helmet. Like for this one, who's like casually walking through the field of flowers. I don't know. The shield just doesn't work. And because they only design Sculpt 5, I'm going to have another one that's prancing about holding a big old breacher shield, aren't I? So this one doesn't work. Okay, that one's not too bad. Not as bad as I thought it would be, but it's still. Can't really put the pistols anywhere on these either. Well, you can on the reverse, on the butt plate, I guess. But let's give him some grenades, and because I think we're missing. So he got grenades. He's obviously got the charge, the breacher charge, but we'll give him some grenades, probably here. We'll give him some grenades on the his back plate, and then that's me done. So, yep, that is 3 hours. So 3 hours for 5 Space Marines. I reckon I could have completed the other 5 in another sort of 2 hours, but no doubt you could probably complete all 10 in an hour. But I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I'm glad I came, and you know, took your attention away from all those other things happening in the world right now. So, you know, it's nice to escape from that. Try not to worry about it too much. You can only control, you know, what's within a meter of you. But yeah, thank you. Yeah. Really appreciate all your comments, and thanks, Maxim, for being here as well. Absolute legend. I will live stream tomorrow, but I won't be building. It'll probably be Space Marine. I haven't played that for a while, and I didn't do a live stream of playing the new mission. But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. So I'll have the chat open. I might be responding to it. Should be responding to it, but I won't be talking nearly half as much as I do in this. You know what? I think he's good. I think we might leave this one without anything attached. Yeah, I might just leave that one. I think he's okay. Yeah, we won't give him anything. Whatever. We can give plenty to others. Maybe he used his grenades. So yeah, that's a good start for those breaches. Yep, shaping up nicely. I don't know how I feel about this banner on the standard Space Marine. I might take that off completely. I might put it on the Sergeant. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that's 5 of the breaches built up so far. Another 5 to go, which I'll probably build. Well, I'm going to have to build them and review them before Friday anyway. So yeah, that'll be my job. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday. I'll try and get your review Friday. I will try, but yeah, that's where we are at the moment. So quite happy. Good start on those. But yeah, appreciate everyone for being here, and yeah, thanks so much for joining me. Thank you for watching, and the Emperor protects.